Hi folks, it's Jody Conrad here with Recreation and Park Services at the Municipality of Chester. And although we're all stuck at home here right now and should be, it doesn't mean we can't get out and do some interesting things. So we've been having our Owl Prowl hikes every year at Card Lake Provincial Park. And of course we can't be there now and we can't be at the park for obvious reasons, but I'm lucky enough to live in a pretty great place out here in Chester Grant. I live pretty much out in the middle of the woods, which my wife and I love. And so I'm going to take advantage of that and actually just head up the road and see if I can do some calling for the owls and see if I can get some response. Now, we do it at Card Lake Park specifically because, frankly, there are owls there that live there because there's old growth forest and they're cavity nesters. And so they need that type of environment to nest. I'm not sure how much of that we've got back here, but I have heard owls here in the past. So we'll go up the end of the road and do some calling and see what we can find out. A quick few little tidbits about the barred owl specifically, which is the owl we're going to look for tonight. If you hear an owl in Nova Scotia, or at least western Nova Scotia, 80% chance it's going to be a barred owl. And there are only dark-eyed owl. In fact, if you see an owl and you can tell the color of its eyes, and if it's got dark eyes, it's a barred owl. It's the only one with dark eyes that we've got in Nova Scotia. So they're super good hunters. They live on voles and mice and frogs and a lot of small critters like that. And although they're a large owl, up to 2 feet high, they actually weigh only about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds. A really big one might be 2 pounds. So amazingly adapted creatures for what they do, stealth hunters, and let's go see if we can find one. think the owls are in self-isolation. So here we are back in the woodshed, and I'm afraid no owls tonight. It's a bit windy out there, and I find just from my own personal experience that windy nights aren't the best for owl prowls. A nice still night is what you really want. Last year we had a fantastic experience out at Card Lake on one of our public owl prowls, and had an owl come right to us. It was pretty fantastic. Now it wouldn't be proper of me to show this video without talking at least a little bit about owl prowl etiquette, because that's important. And what I mean by that is, we don't want to inject ourselves into these owls' lives for our own entertainment at the sacrifice of their own quality of life and what they need to get done at night. So the reason owls are really vocal right now is because they're mating and breeding and nesting, and they've got work to do, and if they don't get it done, it's not good for them in general. So a couple things that I like to follow, and I did a lot of research in learning about owl prowling. One is, if you go to one of our public owl prowls, you'll notice that we'll do one night. So I'll call at Card Lake for an hour or so, which is pretty aggressive calling. We'll wait at least 2 weeks before we have our second owl prowl, and that's purposeful because that aggressive calling could actually displace an owl from its territory that it's already established, and I obviously don't want to do that. So we give it a break. We'll call one night and then wait at least 2 weeks until the next owl prowl, and that's important for us ethically, I think, too. The other thing that I'll always do is, if I have an owl responding, call response, responding really well to me, I won't hold that owl for long. And what I mean by that is I'll stop calling after a little bit. So we have a thrill, and we have a little encounter with that owl, and then we let it go because it's got a job to do, and I'm not part of that job. So just wanted to mention that. So folks, no luck tonight, but do join us next year. We'll be doing these owl prowls every year. They're super fun. Lots more to learn about owls. I'd love to share with you, and I'd love to hear your stories as well. But for now, folks, stay put, stay home, and take the opportunity to explore your backyards. I've been really enjoying that and discovering some really neat things here out on Millet Lake and Chester Grant, and I encourage you to do the same. Take care, folks, and we'll get through this. Bye for now from Recreation and Park Services. Take care.